When Baxley was only a pup, small enough to fit inside a pair of cupped hands, there was something about her that drew people in. It was in her eyes, dark and watchful, with a quiet strength that seemed to be waiting for its moment. That moment came years later, on a day that began as nothing more than an ordinary walk. The river was full and fast, water foaming white as it hurried over the stones. Baxley trotted along the path, ears pricked when she saw him, a ginger cat stranded on the far bank. His paws were frozen to the ground, his body rigid with fear, and his thin cry carried over the roar of the current. Baxley did not stop to think. She stepped into the water. The river was cold, biting at her legs, tugging at her with every step. Then the current caught her and swept her sideways, but she pressed on. Stroke after stroke, she fought against it, her body small but her will steady until she reached the far side. The cat was still there, trembling and wide-eyed. Baxley moved carefully, her nose nudging him, as if to say, "Trust me." Then, with a gentle grip, she gathered him up and turned back towards the churning water. The swim home was harder. The weight of the cat slowed her, and the river tried again and again to pull her under. But she kept going. Stroke by stroke, she pushed through until her paws found solid ground. Together they staggered onto the bank, dripping and exhausted. The cat, George, as she would later come to know, shook where he stood, but when his eyes lifted to hers, they were soft with something wordless and deep. That day, Baxley showed what true courage looks like, not the kind that shouts, but the kind that moves without hesitation, because kindness leaves no room for doubt. 2 lives were changed on the riverbank that afternoon, one saved, one revealed. George, given a second chance, and Baxley, the little dog who had always been a hero.